Welcome to this session. This isn't just another business talk. This is a mindset shift. In today's world, success is no longer defined by what you know, but by how well you connect, influence, and lead through relationships. Think about it. We all know someone who's not the smartest in the room, but somehow they always win the deal, get the job, or lead the team. Why? Because they mastered emotional intelligence. EI isn't soft, it's strategic. It's what turns pressure into presence, conflict into connection, and transactions into transformations. In this training, you're going to learn how to influence others with clarity and conviction, how to ask without fear and get more yeses, how to resolve conflicts like a true leader, not by ego, but by impact, and how to build a magnetic personal brand that attracts clients, partners, and opportunities. This is proven psychology, real business experience, and repeatable strategies. From Franklin to Bezos, the best leaders win not by knowing everything, but by mastering human emotion and interaction. And here's the best part, you're not alone. You've got a platform, a system, and a support team backing your growth. This is your stage. This is your moment. Let's stop surviving in business and start leading with purpose. Final line. The real edge in business isn't IQ, it's EQ. Let's talk about real influence, not manipulation, not pressure, but strategic influence, the kind that moves people to act decisively. Here's the truth. In business, if you can't move people, you can't build momentum. And if you can't build momentum, you stay stuck, no matter how good your product is, no matter how pure your intention is. Now here's where most people fail. They assume others know what to do. They hope people will just figure it out. But hope is not a business strategy. Clarity is. That's why every ask must be direct and paired with a reason that matters. This isn't just common sense. It's backed by psychology. Dr. Robert Cialdini found that when people hear a reason, any reason, they're far more likely to say yes. But when that reason touches on loss, the effect skyrockets. Let's bring this to life. A new agent doesn't make their list. You could say, hey, please make your list. But what if you said, please submit your prospect list by Sunday? This is the starting line for income, and delay means someone else might serve your client before you do. Boom. Clear, real, urgent. Or take the high net worth client who's dragging their feet. Do you just remind them again? No. You lead. You say, if we don't fund this now, the policy may lapse. You'll lose a 7% compounding return and key protections your family deserves. That's influence with backbone. That's leadership in language. Every conversation is an opportunity to create movement. But movement doesn't come from soft hints. It comes from structured clarity and strategic urgency. Because people don't move for you. They move for what they might lose if they don't. Final line. People don't act when they understand. They act when they feel what's at stake. Let's rewrite the story you tell yourself about asking, because somewhere along the way, we were taught that asking for help is a sign of weakness. That if you were strong, smart, or successful, you shouldn't need anything. But the truth is the exact opposite. Asking when done right is not weakness. It's wisdom. And it's one of the most underestimated power moves in business. Ben Franklin knew this. He once borrowed a rare book from a fierce political rival. Strange move, right? But after Franklin returned it with a handwritten thank you note, something shifted. That rival became an ally. And what was once friction became friendship. Why? Because when you ask someone for help, they start to believe they like you because they helped you. That's the Ben Franklin effect. And it works because of a deeper human instinct, the need for reciprocity. But not all asking is created equal. Strategic asking means three things. Ask the right person. Make it easy for them to say yes. And follow up with gratitude that builds the bridge. You don't just say, can you help me recruit? You say, you've built amazing momentum. Could I show you my draft and get your feedback? Your insights would mean a lot. Now they feel seen, respected, and important. Or maybe you're struggling to close. Don't just wonder what others are doing. Ask a top closer for 10 minutes of script feedback. And then this is critical. Circle back and show them the impact. When I used your advice, I booked 3 new calls this week. Thank you again. That one message turns a helper into a partner, It invites mentorship. It creates buy-in. In our business, asking is how you build tribes. And when people feel like they're contributing to your journey, they stick. Not because you demand it, but because you invite it. People want to be meted. Give them the honor of helping you rise. Final line. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you ask for with clarity, humility, and follow through. Let's talk about one of the most underrated leadership skills in the business world, the power of a real apology. Not the fake corporate kind, not sorry you feel that way, but the kind of apology that takes ownership, honors the relationship, and moves things forward. Because here's what real leaders know: when you're building something that matters, conflict is not optional, but disconnection is. And disconnection happens when ego outruns empathy. Now, a lot of people think saying sorry makes you look weak. But the truth? A true apology doesn't shrink your authority. It expands your credibility. It says, I care more about the mission than about saving face. Here's the formula. Own the mistake. Value the person. Offer a solution. Simple, but rare. Let's make this real. You miss a meeting, your teammate loses a recruit. What do you say? You don't dodge it. You say, I was late. That cost us a valuable opportunity. Then you follow it up with, thank you for trying to save the situation. I know that wasn't easy. And you finish strong. Let's reschedule with a stronger pitch. I'll prep the slides. Let's go win the next one. That's not weakness. That's leadership under pressure. That's trust being rebuilt in real time. Apologies are not about guilt. They're about growth. And in a high-performance culture, the speed of repair determines the speed of trust. Final line, don't let your pride close doors that your courage could reopen. If you want to build something big, you can't do it alone. Not in this industry, not in this decade. The next level is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about building the room where smart people want to stay. You don't need more superstars. You need synergy. And that starts with one mindset shift. Great leaders don't just take responsibility, they align resources. What makes someone valuable in any system? Their ability to connect vision with execution, people with opportunities, and chaos with clarity. Here's your playbook. 4 simple but powerful steps to initiate collaboration that actually works. Step 1, insight. You've got to spot the market pulse before others do. Like noticing people are confused about living benefits during economic downturns. That's a seminar waiting to happen. That's your move to lead the room. Step 2, build the team. But not just anyone. Pick people with complementary skills, not competing egos. Someone's a speaker, someone's a designer, someone knows 20 guests. You don't need 10 of you, you need 1 of each. Step 3, consensus. Before you move, align the goals. What does success look like for each player? And just as important, make this clear. We solve problems. We don't point fingers. Blame kills momentum. Shared vision creates it. Step 4, roles. Finally, delegate like a pro. Unclear roles create double work, missed deadlines, and resentment. Clear roles create rhythm, flow, and results. Put names next to every task. Be a coach, not a micromanager. This is how movements are built, not from solo sprints, but from synchronized relay. Your leadership is measured not by how much you do, but by how well you activate others to do what they do best. Final line, real power is not what you control, it's who you empower. Let's break the myth. Your next breakthrough won't come from your closest friend. It won't come from your cousin, your old boss, or your college roommate. It will come from someone one step removed, a friend of a friend, a past seminar attendee, someone who once liked your post and never spoke again until today. That's not random. That's the weak tie theory, and it's one of the most powerful truths in modern networking. Mark Granovetter, one of the most cited sociologists in history, proved it. Weak ties give you new bridges to new markets, new circles, new clients. Strong ties support you emotionally, but weak ties open new doors if you know how to knock. So how do you activate them? First, track names. Yes, take notes. Keep a gold list of people you meet, what they said, what they care about, because people don't remember what you sold. They remember how well you listened. Second, engage with their content. If they post something, like it. Comment on it. Mention something specific. It's not flattery, it's presence. Third, give genuine compliments, not "you're awesome." Say, "I admire how you handled that client objection. You gave me an idea." That turns a scroll into a relationship. Fourth, ask for intros, not to everyone, but when it's aligned. Say, "You once mentioned someone looking for college funding solutions. Would you mind introducing me?" And then there's the next level, super connectors. These are the people who love helping. They remember birthdays. They tag you in groups. They refer you before you ask. They're rare and they're rocket fuel. So treat them right. Update them. Thank them. Celebrate their wins. Make them feel like part of your journey because they are. In the age of algorithms and automation, human connection is still the ultimate unfair advantage. Final line. You don't need more followers, you need more bridges. Let's be honest, these days, if people can't find you online, you barely exist in their mind. And if they do find you, but your presence is chaotic, negative, or irrelevant, you've just lost the sale before you ever got the chance to speak. But here's the good news. You don't need to be an influencer. You just need to be intentional. Because in the age of social selling, your profile is your storefront. Your posts are your pitch, and your presence is your brand. Now, here's the psychology behind it. It's called the exposure effect. The more someone sees you in a positive, professional, familiar way, the more they trust you without even knowing why. That's why top producers don't just post, they position. They use moments, Facebook, LinkedIn, not for likes, but for leverage. Every post becomes part of their public resume. It tells a story. This is who I help. This is how I show up. This is what I value. So, how do you build that kind of brand? Start with these 5 pillars. Industry insights show you know your field. Share articles, thoughts, trends. Educate with purpose. Personal achievements, wins, milestones, promotions. Without bragging, inspire through humility. Behind the scenes team life. Let people see the heart, the grind, the human side. Client testimonials are not just product praise, transformation stories. What changed because they worked with you? A clean profile, clear photo, professional tone, strong signature. Yo drama, no spam, no passive aggressive memes. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to go viral. You need to be visible and valuable because people don't buy from strangers. They buy from brands they recognize, relate to, and remember. Final line, you are not just building a business, you are becoming the brand people trust. So let's bring it all together. This isn't just a training on soft skills. This is a masterclass in how the most successful people in business operate behind the scenes. Because in the real world, it's not always the smartest who win. It's the ones who know how to move others, how to ask well, how to repair trust, and how to stand out without shouting. Let's review the playbook. Influence is not about being louder. It's about being clear and meaningful. If your ask is vague, your results will be too. Asking is not begging. It's strategy plus gratitude. Ask the right person, make it easy, say thank you like you mean it, and watch how people show up for you. Apology is not weakness. It's a leadership move. Own the moment, honor the person, and fix the path. That's how real trust is built, faster than any bonus ever could. Connection isn't just about having coffee chats. It's value creation. It's knowing the difference between networking and net winning. Branding, it's not what you say once. It's what you consistently show up as every single day. It's thoughtful action, not occasional ambition. Every conversation, every post, every moment of friction, it's all part of the EQ game. And the better you play it, the more people will trust you, follow you, buy from you, and build with you. This is how top producers rise. This is how cultures transform. This is how leaders are born. Final line. Emotional intelligence isn't a soft skill. It's your sharpest edge in a noisy world. Before we close, let's take a moment. Not to rush to the next sale, not to jump to the next strategy, but to pause and appreciate. Because behind every training, behind every breakthrough, behind every yes and every almost, There's a platform. There's a team. There's a system that believed in you before some of your clients ever did. Let's thank the company that gave us the runway. Peace of Mind Wealth Management. Not just a place to write policies, but a place that believes in people. A platform built to grow not just commissions, but character. Not just sales numbers, but self-leadership. Here, training isn't a formality. It's a foundation for transformation. Let's thank the leaders, those who coached us, challenged us, reminded us who we could become. They didn't just show the way, they walked it first. That matters, that's rare. Let's thank our teammates for the referrals, the brainstorming, the late night texts, the early morning Zooms, for believing in the mission even when things got hard. We don't just sell protection, we live it, together. And now, with all we've learned, let's take emotional intelligence out of the slides and into the field. Let's serve better by listening deeper. Let's lead smarter by influencing with heart. Let's succeed faster by building stronger relationships than our competitors ever will. Because the future doesn't belong to the loudest or the flashiest. It belongs to those who build trust, with intention, with consistency, with vision. And that's what this team was built for. When we grow our emotional intelligence, we don't just change our business, we elevate every life we touch.